This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, on a lovely New York City evening here on the New Jersey, New York waterfront. It is absolutely gorgeous. I should be out with my dogs. That's my favorite pastime. You know, I'm a simple guy. I love taking my dogs out and just taking a nice, lovely walk on the waterfront. Instead, I'm doing a beautiful webinar for my lovely, beloved members. Um, here at 8:47 p.m. on June 30th, 2019. Session will be recorded, uploaded to the Clueless 8 Trading YouTube channel. Standard procedure. Anyone with the internet connection can listen to it. Any one of you who's going to listen to it later, listen to it, because everything pretty much what I say comes true. I am not a crystal ball gazer, but my tactical charts and my forecasts and what I think will happen on the fundamental macroeconomic standpoint, as well as the technical standpoint, does come true. Now, what you guys want to do with it, that's your problem, not mine. On that note, full disclosure, this is purely for financial education, not for any solicitation or advice. And many thanks to Jody, Tom, and Trina for attending, because I wouldn't be sitting on a beautiful, gorgeous evening in New York City listening to a trading webinar. So I give kudos to you guys. Okay, on that note, let's begin. All kidding aside. So first of all, we have a big ramp on the futures right now, but we also have a sell program that came in at 29.71, pretty much close to what I said we'd go to, which is 27.80, 27.90. Well, kind of 27.90. So this sell program that came on with futures up 21 points is nothing to get worried about. In fact, you could wake up tomorrow morning on the SPY July 3rd 293 calls that I recommended at $2 that closed around 294 at the close. Even if you sell here on this pretty ugly red candle with futures up 21.25, 21 and a quarter points, you'll still make a crap load of money. I don't care if you have one or if you have 10. If you have 10, you're done for the week. You made enough money to make yourself, your wife, your dogs, your kids happy. You walk away. All right? So the key is the markets like what happened this weekend. And what happened this weekend? Any of you know?
Donald and Donald and Kim Jong-un, the entire
Yeah,
G20 went well.
forget the Donald Kim Jong-un, the fat guy stuff. That means nothing to our economic picture. What happens is Donald and Xi. So what the biggest thing that happened, thank you, Tom, is that said no new tariffs. It's a ceasefire. Remember, we are at a whole-scale war with China. Not necessarily good. You know my feelings. Listen to my old videos, okay? I believe what makes America great is American business. I don't give a shit about your politics and anybody else's politics, whatever. Okay, I'm a hardcore Republican, but you know what it matters? I don't give a crap about the politics. What matters to American business is what makes America great. Because without American business, America sucks. So, Donald did the right thing. A ceasefire. A ceasefire is good enough for 21 points up. A gap open on, despite a red candle, gap open on the futures. That's it. And people like Tom, who are somewhat long, and many of my members who are long, whether it be one call or two call or 20 calls, They are sitting pretty. And it doesn't matter if the futures keep on moving down on this red candle. They are still up in a big way because they bought here. No, they didn't buy there. They bought here. This was the close on Friday. And they'll be selling even if this red candle expansion down here. Now, can anyone explain to me? This is going to be the A plus, like get into Harvard Business School, SAT, like, full score, 1600, whatever the new metrics are, kind of answer. Can anyone tell me why we have this red candle? Off, the futures up 21 points. Test. Just answer. No one's going to judge you. What do you think? Why is this red candle? Remember, Clueless A Trading is about educating members so they are independent. Teach a man to fish or a man or woman to fish. They will feed their family for years. Not just give them fish where they will feed their family for days. Okay? I'm in the business of helping all of you to be independent traders. Huge gap. How much is the futures up? 21 plus. 21 plus. Oops, sorry. This gap right now, forget about the previous gap, is 20. That's a lot. That's a lot on SPY calls on E-mini futures. 21 plus. This gap alone. But why is this happening? Can some of you just think for a minute and tell me what the reasoning is?
If I was in common, I'd be taking profits.
Come on, shut the fuck up, okay? I'm sorry. I asked you why is this red candle is happening. Okay, I'm sorry, Tom. I'm just being straightforward. It's Sunday night, New York style. Okay?
It's all good.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. It has to do with interest rates, about the Federal Reserve. I've coached you guys on that many, many, many times. It's a little bit of a complicated question, but you'll hear it here. Nobody else. Tom, I'll give you like A plus for answering. Trina, any answers? Why is this red candle happening? We were up to exactly my level we were supposed to go to, which was 29.77. Wow, look at my charting. Okay, we're not futures traders, so you didn't take that profit. But why even that we are up very nicely on this gap? So why do you think the part of the selling is happening?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Good. That's a good enough answer, because I've explained many times to all of you that if the economy gets too strong and the futures, and there's a deal with China, which is somewhat of a deal, which is a great thing that the president did, we are not getting interest rate cut in July. And that is a risk to the markets. The markets are fixated on a drug called cocaine. I'm just kidding. It's called interest rate cuts. So if we are not going to get an interest rate cut in July because everything else is going well, then the markets will fall. Do you understand what I'm saying? Markets love interest rate cuts from the Federal Reserve, even though it's not necessarily good. So that's the reason why we have this red candle. Another reason we have a red candle, because futures traders who bulked up on my charts, well, I don't think futures traders listen to my charts, but seriously, if you're a futures traders, which we have about 5 or 10 of them in our group who never talk to us in the chat room or ever come on the webinars, they were buying here at 29.30 and they just hit 29.80. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to take profits. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
What's the difference between 29.30 and 29.80? That's 50 points. And those futures traders who are hidden in the Clueless Day trading group, they just said, holy crap, we just got a lottery ticket at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are going to get a lottery ticket, hopefully, by the time the market opens, if it stays here. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
there you go. Face facts. There are futures traders who are trading right now who bundled up around here. Some of them. Here's the good news. Most of them were bearish. They were betting the markets would go down here. And that's the majority. So here's another question I want to ask you, great people. If the majority is betting that the market was supposed to go down to 2,900 because Trump was going to fuck up, excuse my French, sorry, New York style, don't have the kids hear it, okay? If Trump was going to, completely F up, which I knew he wasn't going to do, it's too important for the elections, too important for the markets. So when the majority is here, let's say 80% was betting on the markets falling. Listen, look at stock tweets. Everybody and their mofo and their mothers are grandmothers are all short. Look at around you. Most of you are scared to death. Some of you are listening to me and having some long positions. So if 80% are short and 20% are long, then despite this red candle, what do you think will happen this week? And I want straightforward answers. Please make yourself shown. Go ahead. Come on.
We could continue to go higher, potentially.
Yeah. So don't answer a question with some hesitation. Seriously, Trina. You're young. You have a life in front of you. Yes, exactly. If 80% are short and 20% are long, generally speaking, the market will continue to go higher. Thank you for the answer. And Jody, why are you being quiet? He'll say microphone doesn't work. I love Jody. And Tom, why are you being quiet?
I remember your target of 3,000
Oh,
to
Tom,
32.
come on. I asked you a question. You could have just answered right away. You know I love you to death, man. You're
No,
like my brother, okay?
no,
But seriously, Trina stood up and answered the question. I asked you a simple question. Forget the target of 3,000 garbage. I have no clue what the market's going to go 3,000, okay? I just showed you the thing. I just simply said, simple question. 80% are bearish with a B, which looks like one of my little dogs, looks like a little bear. 20% are bullish. None of my dogs look like a bull, okay? But seriously, 20% are bullish, okay? 80% are bearish, 20% are bullish. Simple mathematics. With everything going on, with what Donald pulled in China and in Korea, Korea is not that important, by the way. The fat guy in Korea means nothing to us, okay? But the good thing is we're not going to nuclear firefight. So simple answer. You have an 80-20 thing. So you take a contrarian view. That means the market's going higher. That's all. That's it. Okay. I'm not here for boot camp right now. All right. Bottom line is that this is what the futures traders who are bulked up here, the minority, not the majority, the minority who were here at the 29.34, 29.40 level, they just got a freaking 50-point bounce. They just made their week, their month, and they walked away. That's what happened right now. as we're doing the webinar. Okay, that's it. And now the other futures traders are coming in, and that's why you see the green candle right there. Futures are up 21 points. And God willing, we are going to make a bundle tomorrow on the SPY 293 calls that I alerted for July 3rd. And I hope some of you have that. I have some, not that much. I wish I had a lot. July 3rd, 293 calls that I alerted at around $2, which were at 3 on Friday's close. If you don't have it, that's your problem, not mine. End of story. Futures, you're seeing a live screen. So let's look at live screen. 1 hour, forget 1 hour. Let's look at 15 minutes. This is what happened since this week. Oops, hold on 1 second. $15 minutes. This is what happened since last week. And I kept on saying, stay long, stay long, stay long. Look, I can't keep on feeding you all people. Okay, I'm exhausted. I'm pretty exhausted. My tweets that are on the Twitter feed, I don't even need to do these webinars at the end of the week because everything that I'm talking about is happening. The problem is all of us, including me, are not following the script. I am following it to a certain degree. But honestly, if you, all of you, believed in my charts, if I believed in my charts 110%, which I do, you'd be extremely rich right now and with confidence on multiple trades that have been put out there, which are going to be off the shelf tomorrow morning. And you sell. So enough of the garbage. I'm not into politics. Yeah, I'm into politics because I understand politics. But what I put out there for all of you, it's not about political gain. It's about economic gain. What you guys do with it, it's your problem. And you all have a problem. I have a problem sometimes. But God help me because I do direct the forecast in a level that no other service does. This is Monday. Right there. 2961. The market gapped up. This was 3:30 p.m. on Friday. I had a very important appointment at 1:30 p.m. That's why I had to leave on Friday, if you remember. Markets went down and then went up on 3:30 p.m. like a mofo. Okay? Right there, 3:30 p.m. Now, if you all want to go there and like twiddle your fingers and take up knitting, which is a great hobby, I guess. My mother was a pediatrician. She was a excellent physician, but she also liked knitting. She knit me a sweater, and God bless her soul, she passed away almost 30 years ago, 25 years ago. I still have the sweater. So, but if you want to keep on knitting a sweater in the middle of trading, that's your frigging problem, not mine. My mom knit a sweater for me. What are you knitting a sweater for? For your losses? I mean, seriously. This happened between, I'm so passionate about my members trying to make some money that's the reason I pulled this analogy. Otherwise, I don't give a flying F what people do. Because I'm putting out trades out there, whether it's Sarepta, whether it's OC, whether it's Netflix, whether it's even Boeing from the bottom up. I'm giving winning trades one after another. I'm done, guys. Seriously, okay? I love you all, but seriously, wake up, grow up. So now we are here. Futures are up 22.5, which is beautiful. We just made a new high on the S&P 500 at 29.77 pre-market. You think the market's just going to stop? No, because the other two charts we're going to see tonight are going to tell us the markets want to hit 3,000, like my good friend Tom just said. 3,000, easy number to remember because it's easy, psychological. We're going to hit S&P 3,000. Okay, great. We might not, but you needed to be positioned here. You needed to be positioned here. You needed to be, this was Thursday, Friday. Friday started here. I kept on telling people, buy the 293 calls. I told them, telling people to buy the calls around here. I'm tired, guys. I keep on helping you all. I want people to step up and grow up. Grow up. Not as an adult, but as a trader. Seriously, I don't care whether you're 20, whether you're 50. I'm 50 plus. I'm 60. How about that? I'm up there. If I have the hunger and you in your 20s and 30s and 40s don't have the hunger, well, go F yourself. I'm dead serious. Because you'll be finished, maybe dead by 50, because, or mentally dead by 50. Because if I'm this alive at 50 plus, then what the heck are you guys doing? End of story. Okay, this is beautiful. So, live pictures of what's going on. Futures are up right now. Oops. 23 points. The 293 calls should be up. Spies are not live, but let's take a look at it. Ooh, they are live. Wow, didn't know that. I'm an idiot. Gaps here, 293. It went to 296. They're 295. You're gonna make some nice money off the bat at the open. Now, nobody could answer me why this happened, right? Why the red candle happened partly? Well, partly is profit taking. And the second thing is, if the economy is, and I'm going to give you some clues because I want my members to be educated. Because unlike other services who want their members to be stupid, so they sound very smart and can control their members, that's called the communistic system. I like to share all my thoughts and my methods with my members, as you all know. So why do you think the markets might be a little bit worried going forward in the following weeks if the economic numbers and the overall situation with the market is very strong? It has to do something with the Federal Reserve. Can any one of you answer the question? And I've explained this many times. I know Tom knows the answer. He just is not getting to it.
Sorry, a minor distraction from the family real quick.
I don't want excuses.
I know,
Okay?
I'm just letting you know.
Let me finish. It doesn't care about a distraction from family and stuff. It's your mind doesn't have to be distracted. It has to do with the Federal Reserve. Let me point you guys. This is boot camp tonight. Okay? No excuses. The Fed is wanting to cut rates, which the markets love, even though I don't think it's good. So if the economy is getting stronger and we keep on having this China ceasefire and the deals, what do you think the Federal Reserve is going to do overall?
They either won't cut rates or they'll raise them a quarter point.
What was that?
I said they either won't cut rates or they'll raise them a quarter point.
Thank you, Jody. Your first part is correct. They probably won't cut rates because if the economy is going strong, which is great for the US economy, they probably won't cut rates. because cutting rates means you are acquiescing or acknowledging that the economy is weak. You understand that part, Jody, right?
I am.
Exactly. So regardless of our boy Donald screaming and shouting, they should cut rates. In fact, not cutting rates is an acknowledgement that the U.S. economy stands tall, stands strong, and we are winning the game. You all understand that?
Yes.
Exactly. So we don't want the Fed to cut rates in the midst of a strong economy, as long as the numbers grow up. Now, if what Donald did over the weekend was unbelievably powerful, he didn't really cut a deal. He basically cut a deal. He didn't formalize a deal, but he cut a, what we call in New York, yo, what's up? Let's shake hands. Let's not fight. I'm a New Yorker. I know how he operates. I criticize him when I need to. I acknowledge him when I need to. So I bow my head and say, did the right thing. He didn't piss the Chinese off. The Chinese know that. I shouldn't say the Chinese people. We're not racist about Chinese. Now we're talking about the government. They know what they're doing wrong. We also know that we get a lot of leverage out of China, not just in supply chain, but so many other things that we produce there and ship back here, which keep costs down and keep the U.S. economy moving. Ask all small to medium sized and large American businesses that benefit from cheaper Chinese production. Because the law of economics is supply chain management and lower economic costs. So I don't want to get into that right now. So yes. So the fact is the Federal Reserve is what matters. If the Federal Reserve if they keep rates the same in July, it's mid-July. That's why I said the markets will still go up till about mid-July. Okay? Remember what I said last webinar? We're going to go up till July 4th at least. So bottom line is we are probably going to go up towards mid-July, somewhere around 3,000 or 29.90. I am still a tactical trader. I am bullish. I am not stupid. Certainly not stupid. Okay? And that is where we're going to go. End of story. So, saying all that and keeping this webinar somewhat within a reasonable time frame, because some members have said, oh, you guys have so much information, but I wanted to keep it within like 40-45 minutes. That's okay, I'll try. Let's get into stocks. So Trina, you wanted to hear some stocks, which you asked me earlier. So name one.
How about JD?
JD is going to bump up tomorrow like you haven't seen it. Okay? Why? China play. Alibaba and JD and Chinese stocks, most of them I don't follow, are going to go nuts. JD, in my opinion, is going to hit this level right there, as I've shown the charts, $32. The options are going to be up anywhere from 50 to 150%. This is the big resistance for JD, which you guys can all see was the resistance starting back on April 1st. This is a very large cup and handle. Very good question, by the way. Thank you for asking. With a handle which is between 24 and 1 second. Bear with me. Let's get down to actual technicals. And guys, think about stocks. You want to ask me. I don't have to spend all night like, mumbling about things. Hold on. Show price on right. 30. Okay. So Trina, use your mental brain to figure out. 30.92 good as 31. 24.72 is as good as 25. What's the range here? Quick. Come on, quick.
Like $6-7.
Not like 6, you know?
6-7.
Yeah, it's smarter than that, okay? Yeah, $6. Yeah, $6. Don't giggle. Seriously. Okay, $6. So, JD, things work out with China. Add 6 to 31. What is it? What's 6 plus 31?
37.
Thank you.
37.
It's
Sorry.
going to go to 37. It's going to go to 37. If we don't keep on fighting the Chinese, JD is going to go to 37, and that is full, complete pattern completion. And the JD calls that here and there that I have promoted, haven't done that last week, but any of you can use my charts to use your own brains to buy the calls, is going to go around 32 by tomorrow, based on what is happening by tomorrow or day after. Next stock.
Netflix.
Yes. Okay. So Netflix is a very US centric stock. Love Netflix. It has Netflix. This is one thing I've realized. This is a beautiful technical chart. It is a large cup and handle. Netflix is dominated by one thing: frigging analysts. Okay, so analysts upgrade, Netflix goes up. Technically, Netflix is a great day trading stock. I've shown that many times. But Netflix is always dependent on what an analyst or what somebody who loves Disney, I love Disney too, but hates Netflix. Remember, Disney and Netflix are on both sides of the coin, right? So they're like, oh, I'm going to upgrade Disney and downgrade Netflix. So we are always held hostage beyond the technicals, which look beautiful, to Netflix being dependent on that. Otherwise, you can be a day trader or a short term, mind you, swing trader, make a lot of money in Netflix, as I've shown you. So here is Netflix. On a longer term weekly view, Netflix is going to go frigging a lot higher. Look, I'm not a binge watcher on thing, all right? But I started watching Netflix because I realized, like, wow, look at the shows on there. Now, when do I watch Netflix? In the middle of my trading day? No. Half the week, I'm sleeping in my workroom on my study with all my 14 screens and stuff turned off, thank God. Because my wife's like, you can't wake up at 4 in the morning and check those screens, please. I'm like, okay, honey, I'm going to sleep in the other room. Okay? That's 21 years of marriage, right? So it's great. Fine. Respect the wife. So I'm watching. So what do? I check Netflix on one of my 3 screens, my iPad or my 2 iPhones. I'm like, wow, look at the shows. Netflix is growing. It's going to grow regardless of what the F these analysts say. The stock is going higher. Now, in between, there's going to be a lot of volatility, giving you the fundamental and the technical view, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So, what's the story? The story is, this is a large, if you want to be a swing trader and don't give a crap about what happens intraday, Netflix is between a range of 330 and 380. Once it breaks out, what's 330? I'm sorry, 1 second. Let's get specific. What's this number, guys? Right there, 380. What's the number here? 330, roughly. What's the difference? 50? Oops, sorry.
Yeah, 50 points.
50 points. Now, this is swing trading. This is where you close your eyes and you say, F you, this, I don't give a crap what this analysts and stuff are saying. I want to stick with this trade. This is a big money trade. Guys, Netflix is a big money trade. Doesn't mean you have to put big money, but when you put some money and you close your eyes and let it go for a couple of months, you're going to make some big money. Just the way Chipotle, I told you all to buy at 250, 300, 400. is hit almost 800. Okay, so this, like my good friend Jody said, is 50 points. 1 second. This is roughly 50 points. Now, we're all guilty of having a short-term vision. We all are, including me. But you want to keep the bigger picture? Here's 50 points. It breaks out of 380 or 386. What's 50 plus 380? Or
430.
Thank you. And that's exactly where the line is drawn. Netflix, in my opinion, has a high probability over the next couple of months or over the next couple of weeks to hit the new highs. In between, it will vacillate back and forth.
They have earnings on the 17th.
There you go. Earnings or no earnings, technically speaking, what does this look like? One heck of a biggest, fattest, bullish engulfing candle with a red doji, which still looks like a bull flag or a pennant, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, do I love Netflix? No. Do I like some of the shows? Yeah, I'm actually enjoying a lot of the shows. And who am I? Netflix's international expansion in India and other places are just starting. This is a great American company. Forget about the fundamentals. Look at the cup and handle. Look at this handle. That's been going on since February of 2019, a range of 50 points, which we have made money on most of the times. Thanks for asking the question, because when I look at these weekly charts, which I sometimes look at, not that much, it reminds me where we can put money and just sit back. So thank you, Jody. Next stock.
NVIDIA, if you could.
I was just going to say that, Tom. I was just going to say that. Thank you for asking. NVIDIA. Oh, my Lord. This is sick. You know, I'm an idiot. I am actually the royal idiot, because I call so many great trades, and most of the times I'm not even there all the way to the end. And honestly speaking, this is a daily chart of NVIDIA. We have to stop micromanaging our trades. As I was explaining to my ACS advanced coaching students, including Trina, who was there earlier, we have to be, including me, we have to stop being MOHTR, monkey on a hot tin roof. Why? Because we sell at the wrong time, we buy at the wrong time, and we are just frigging come out at zero. I don't do it that much, but a lot of traders do it. Now, what causes that is volatility. But what happened this weekend was frigging monumental. They gave the Chinese a break. The Chinese gave us a break by not completely stopping all imports. Remember, 80% of S&P 500 companies that run America, that basically are our ultimate companies, sell to China and Asia and China. So if you had tariffs from both sides, I don't give a crap if you're working in Wisconsin or in New York City or in Brooklyn or in Pennsylvania, you're going to get hurt. We are all Americans, despite our political differences. We only want one thing: the greatness of our nation. But you can't do that by completely cutting out your biggest customer. It's simple. Think about it for a minute. You run a shop, your biggest customer walks in, he goes, "No, I'm not going to sell to you because your wife screamed at my wife." I mean, come on. You don't do that. So Trump, Donald, my New York term, knows that. Yes, the political mumbo jumbo back and forth, the tweets and stuff that make us crazy. But I think deep down, He's dealt with the Chinese big time because half his buildings are owned by the Chinese in New York. Please. Okay? So let's wake up. So let's not be monkey on a hot tin roof. And every time I teach these sessions and every time I'm doing this session, it reminds me how to control my own emotions. So control your own emotions. So no monkey on a hot tin roofs. If you look at NVIDIA, what can I say? I think the stock is going to do 200. This is a great company. Artificial intelligence, autonomous driving, even Bitcoin that's been going through the roof. I didn't trade Bitcoin till I stopped trading like 2 years ago. I wasn't even trading. I just left some money in there. Okay. This is a good looking chart. Nothing to explain. It will at least hit 177. GPUs, graphic processor units, gaming is strong. I need more GPUs. It costs money. The stock is looking good. Pattern-wise, it is on a complete uptrend, crossed over the 50-day moving average. As I told you all, beginning of the week, it is over the red line. Keep it simple. Over the red line means higher. Here's the best part. The 20-day moving average right here. 1 second. Oops. The 20-day moving average, the blue line, is just about to cross the 34. God help us as the momentum continues in between intraday back and forth. We cross the 34 and hit the 50. The stock will hit 180 and 200 and 190 before you even know it. It's going to happen, in my opinion, in the month of July, by mid-July. NVIDIA is a great trade based on technicals and fundamentals. In fact, tomorrow, NVIDIA will be up anywhere between $5 to $10. So the few calls that we have on the 165s, 170s will pay the bills. And pattern completion is somewhere around 195. A gap fill is right there. And will NVIDIA go back to 270? I have no freaking idea. But my thing is, if it breaks this level at the 195 level, the stock literally will go to 220, which was the last supply point right there back in August, right there. And if it breaks that, the stock literally will go back to 300. In my opinion, it will happen. I believe we're in a bull market. I believe the Trump administration, the trade administration, is doing the right thing. If he's doing the wrong thing, I'm the first one to criticize him. I have the right to do that. But I think he's doing the right thing, and God bless him for that. Next stock. Anyone own Sarepta? My favorite biotech stock. Yes or no? Tell me no.
I sold it already.
Why? Yeah, well, you might have done the right thing because it's hitting a major resistance. I do believe that you should have some, Tom, but you did make some money on it? A little bit?
Yeah. I saw that candle and I started hitting the sell button as fast as I could.
Okay, so what Tom is saying is absolutely 100% correct from a technical standpoint, because this is where we were buying the stock, around the 121, 125 level. Stock is hitting this level here, and let me explain this to you all. On left, okay, at 155. So Tom did the right thing from a technical discipline by selling, like he said, hitting the sell button around 155. And at this point, the stock most probably will pull back and create a handle. Because if this is a cup it's going to create a handle. People who are down here, they made a lot of money. A lot of money. Now, you don't have to go nuts, but when you get this big a candle, you can buy the breakouts. You can buy the breakouts and keep on trading till it's hit that level that Tom sold on. Okay? Remember, a breakout of this magnitude, a candle of this magnitude, has to be respected. Why? Because it's just a candle? No. What does a candle mean? Quick answers. What does a candle mean in terms of money? Come on. Jody, Tom, Trina. What does a candle of this magnitude mean in terms of money in the stock?
The big money, the mutual funds, and looking at the volume as well.
Yeah, you're right. Big money just flowed in, short squeeze, new money, whatever you name it. It has to be respected. On top of that, the stock just presented, the company presented at, I think, JP Morgan conference on the Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. It's a very rare disease in kids, and there was high efficacy ratio. In my opinion, it's a buyout target. On a technical basis, you did the right thing. You sold right at that level where the stock hit the roadblock, which is 155. I would stay long the stock because I do believe beyond the technicals, the stock is going to get bought out. So
I was making up for losses on previous biotech, so that's why I just was like, I've been burned a few times. I was like, goodbye.
Yeah, listen, what you did was the right thing. Remember one thing. What your previous experience was on biotech has nothing to do with this stock. It's called mental calibration. Okay? It's like calabresi, right? Italian mafia. But no, it's mental calibration. What you said is absolutely correct. But you cannot look at your ex baggage and let go of a powerful multi-million dollar move on a stock on a presentation that was well received and not given back. You don't see a single red dot on this stock. Don't let your past baggage stop you from making the big money that might be coming. Like Allergan, like Juno 2 years ago, year and a half ago, like Sarepta probably happening. That's all. And it's a good point that you brought up because we all have mental baggage. It doesn't matter what your mental losses, your physical losses on some other biotechs were. Biotechs are about hit or miss and charts. Biotechs are not Netflix. Biotechs are not Apple. Biotechs are not Google. Biotechs are not Facebook. Biotechs are not Roku or Beyond or Grub. Biotechs follow their own path. Don't let your past losses on biotechs, which are basically not going to be losses. If you look back at it, some of them have actually gone higher. Am I right or wrong?
No, you're right. It's happened.
Yeah, it's happened to me. So that's why we're talking as traders. Some of those biotechs that we let go are higher from where we let go. I am not a biotech specialist. I do understand the sector. All I'm simply saying is when you play the biotechs, play the basket. This is a great one. This was huge. Calls went from $2 to $11. Sage Therapeutics, this is one good-looking chart. Another great biotech company. I don't give a flying F if somebody knows what biotechs do. Oh, I understand biotechs. Like nobody understands biotech. These companies are the greatest. These people are the most dedicated. They want to cure mankind of diseases that we all afflict. I lost both my parents on my mother of breast cancer after a relapse, and my dad, out of nowhere, a heart attack. Hey, I might be gone tomorrow. I pray to God I don't, because God determines everything. But biotechnology companies and all these great companies trying to cure some of the most vicious diseases in the world are the best. Respect them. I don't give a crap if Trump administration is screaming at them, if Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren say, oh, biotech companies, they all suck. They all suck because they don't know what dedication goes into these companies. And yes, they want to make some profits. So what's the big deal? That's America. This is a good looking chart. I believe that the stock will get a 200 and higher. This is a rising wedge. Upper end of the wedge is 188. The stock closed at 183. If you're a short-term trader, you can make money off this. And the calls are not that expensive. But this is damn good looking. And you know why it's damn good looking? Look at the internals. It is just about to turn. Guys, I have given you many of these stocks. Who the hell is calling me right now? Hold on. If I get a junk call this time of the night, I'm going to literally, scream at the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, for all this stuff. This is a good-looking chart. Upper end of the scale is 188, 187.37, and then 200. Stay long. Sage Therapeutics. Told you Sage. Told you Nvidia. What's the other stock that I like a lot? Alexin is another one. Remember, you have to be diversified.
I was going to say Priceline.
Forget Priceline for a minute. Priceline, it's you gotta play it for. This is a good looking chart. I mean, you mean Booking.com. We'll look at that in a second. Thanks for bringing that over. This is so damn good looking. Alexin Pharmaceuticals. These companies, you gotta read up on their bio, what they do. Educate yourself. All of you. Beautiful. Technically, it's a cup and handle breakout. What more could you ask for? What's this level here? Hold on. 132. Where's the stock close at? 131. It breaks out over 132, the next level of contact. Remember, you're a trader, so you want to trade the levels as well as keep an eye on the swing picture. The swing is what's going to make the biggest money. The short-term money is going to be made. What makes you feel good is the ranges. 137. There is nothing wrong in this technical chart. Nothing. This is the inverse head and shoulder with a left shoulder here, right shoulder here, exactly where it hit. Who's Sibel who just walked in? Sibel, who are you? I can't hear you. Sibel, who are you? Forget it. I'll find out. So Charles Bailey. Charles Bailey. Sound new? Are you new? Good. You're going to hear the rest of the of the great trades that I'm putting through on the YouTube webinar. Everyone, welcome Charles. Charles Bailey. I just saw him on the thing. On the chat room. Sorry, Tom. So so here 136. I'm very hard on this stock. In fact, keep your day trading stuff to a minimal. Stick to the swing trades. Put some money out there. The markets are looking really good. We will probably hit new highs. Futures are still up 21 points. That's a lot. Doesn't mean it's going to be rah going higher. Because as the markets get stronger, as the Chinese resolution comes into being, the market's going to think about the next big worry point, which I just explained to you, that the Fed is not going to cut rates by mid-July. Why should the Federal Reserve cut rates by mid-July if we are getting global growth and a lessening of the Chinese-US tensions? They won't. So what does the market do? It falls. Short term, 300, 400, 400 points. Then it rises and goes higher. We are going to be a lot higher by the end of the year, in between heavy volatility in the months of September and October. We're going to be a lot higher by the end of the year than you could ever frigging imagine. That is how stock markets work. In the meantime, selective stocks, that's what we make the money on. Let's stay long. I'm looking at 137. I'm looking at 140. And I've told you guys to buy the SAGE calls. SAGE. What else do I like a lot? I like a lot of things, but throw out a name while we're at it. It's 9:42. I have 15 more minutes. I'm gonna sign off at 10.
Roku?
Roku is a freak. Okay, Roku is right now a complete sell. Look at that chart. That's why I haven't mentioned Roku in the last couple of days, right? I'm an opportunistic tactical trader. Roku technically looking good, I'll buy it. Roku right now is a complete sell program. So you can see that right directly from the chart. So what's Roku's buy point? I would buy the crap out of Roku between 80 and 85. Because at that point, it's going to bounce. Will it go back to the 110 level? I have no freaking idea. Charles Bailey, can you hear us? Say something. 1 second. Let me try to get.
Yeah, right here.
Oh, sounds good, man. You sober or drunk? I'm just kidding. What's that noise in the back?
On TV.
Oh, okay. So, Charles, how'd you land up in our group here? We're pretty exclusive. It's like a VIP room at a New York club. How'd you land up here?
I don't know. I just said it on YouTube.
Ah, it's on YouTube, and so you
Just join the group.
Oh, okay. So you did join the group?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I'll be talking to you later, but let me check on one of my iPhones. So let me see. You signed up for the free trial?
I don't know about no free trial.
Okay, I have no idea, because if you didn't sign up for the free trial, how'd you land up on the website?
I don't know. I just joined. I seen the link and I joined.
You saw the link I'm just curious, because like I said, we are like a VIP room. So you saw the link on my that I was going to do this webinar, which is really meant for my members and free trial subscribers. Do me a favor. I'd love to have you in the group. I need you to, after this session, not right now, Charles, and welcome here, is go back to the website and sign up as a member on the website, which is clueless8.com, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, please do that. Believe me, you're going to make more money than you ever thought, as long as you have a brain to understand what I'm saying. We are about smart money, not about stupid money, okay? So certainly do that, and I'd love to help you out and talk to you. We always talk to one of our new members, right after they register or sign up, okay? So the site is clueless8.com. My website is it's good. It's really not that good when you sign up comes up, but on the top it says subscribe, hit that, and then sign up, okay? And then I'll speak to you tomorrow morning, sir. All right?
All right, thanks.
Where are you located, Charles?
New Orleans.
Oh, love that. You're from New Orleans. We love people from the South. That's great. That's great. We're from up here in the North. We're the stupid ones next to New York. So welcome. Just register, sign up as a member. Gold membership is a cheap one. Just sign up for that, and then I'll talk to you tomorrow, sir. Okay?
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So let's talk about Roku. Trader, you still there, Jody?
Yeah, I'm still here, Frank.
Okay, so here's the exciting point is I expanded this chart. Roku is going to be a huge money maker once we get to these levels, which it is almost getting to. So I would say that we would be a heavy buyers of Roku somewhere between 85 and 87 once it hits the 50-day moving average. One thing I love about Roku is, I don't even use Roku, okay, is the fact that it is a very technical chart. Now, two things are happening right here. See the dotted lines, Jody?
Yeah.
Exactly. So this is your acceleration channel that goes all the way back to November of last year. So I would be a huge buyer of Roku between 82, 85 for a nice substantial bounce towards 94, if not 99. Now, whether or not Roku goes back to 112 is not my concern, because we have made great money on Roku along the way, and we have not recommended Roku along here. So saying all that, this is what I'm looking at. I am looking at a retest of the 50-day moving average at 85, possible slippage, and the dotted line, which is the channel Roku's been traveling on since it broke into it back in February. So I'd be looking around 80, 82, which would be lovely. We love buying cheap stocks, you know that. But at this point, and that would correlate with the stochastics getting down to these levels where it is going to start turning. Once you see the stows start turning, keep long Roku for not more than 5 days. So in other words, buy the weekly calls on Roku. Don't go too far out, and trade it as it jumps up 2, 3, 5 points along the way. So I would be a buyer here for a bump up back towards 95. If Roku is really going to break, it's going to go from 85, 82, 85 to 90 to 95. I'm sorry, one second. It'll come down here towards 85. That's textbook, but in life, once it hits 95, it's good. I mean, sorry, 85 is going to slip for lower towards 82 because everyone's going to freak out. Then it's going to have a short covering bounce somewhere up towards 90 or 94. And if the stock really is in trouble, which we all never know, right? Somebody else out there knows, then it's going to continue its downward trend and break this channel. But we will have a substantial opportunity to buy Roku somewhere around 82, 85 towards a reflex bounce towards 90 to 94. And if it fails there, you could actually short Roku, because if it fails there, the stock will come back again to 90. That's a good solid 10, 12 points. You could buy some cheap calls out of the money on the short sides. I'm sorry, not calls, puts, and make some money. Because in that case, Roku would become a, what's this pattern? You all know that. What is this pattern? Come on, somebody step up. What is this pattern called?
Head and shoulders.
Thank you. Thank you. So Roku's left shoulder is at 94. Roku's head is at that 100 and some level. The neckline is at 90. Roku breaks 90. It is going to go to 80 or 85. Okay. So will that start a complete reflex rally? Yeah, most probably. Most probably. So that's Roku. So we're good for tonight. It is almost 9:50. Great session. Thanks for attending. Listen, this week is going to be a great week. Okay. The market trend, and I'm going to show the last picture, is a bullish trend. Let's get these things out. One second. Let's take a look at the market. Oops. Let's take a look the futures market on the daily, on the weekly. How about let's take a look at the weekly? Let's stop being short-term traders. Actually, let's take a look at the daily. Wow. This is what I was worried about a couple of days ago, if you all remember. I know Jody remembers and Tom remembers and Trina, that whether or not we're going to continue downwards, all that is gone. Now we're turned upwards. This is the cup. This is the handle. This is the breakout. and the upper end of the scale, we actually hit almost my upper end of the target right there. We actually didn't. What's the upper end of my target? 29.89 on the E-minis. This is where we are right now. Does that look like a bearish picture? I don't think so. Does it look like profit taking a bit after the big ramp up after hours? Yes. That's what, we have 50 points on the E-mini futures. I mean, if you're a futures trader, of course you're going to take it. This is looking good. Is it possible that we break out of this handle? 1 second. One second, guys. Is it possible we get to the upper end of the Bollinger, which is 29.90, and break up into the upper end of the wedge at 3,000? Sure. Now, what happened here that I told people repeatedly was something big from a swing trade standpoint. What happened here? Come on. Somebody step up and say it so everyone else can hear it.
34
Crossover the moving averages.
Yeah, but name it. What crossovers? What numbers?
I believe the 30 and the 50.
Never the 30. Tom, you should know that. It's the 34 and the 50. But I applaud you for stepping up. It is always the 34. There's no 30. There's 34 and the 50. Exactly. Guys, get this through your head. And Tom stepping up and reminding you all. These are critical shit. We're all stupid. We're all emotional. But we gotta follow these numbers, these things that are happening, which are beyond our realm. This is where the big money is stepping in. We have a crossover of the 34.50 that happened when? Look at the date at the bottom. What date is that? What date did 34 and the 50 cross over? Come on, Jody.
25th.
25th.
Huh?
25th?
Yeah. What takes so long? That was my birthday, by the way. I'm 60 years old right now. I'm not 60. Okay? Have my energy past 50. I won't even tell you what my age is, okay? Seriously. And thank God for it. I want to thank God for it. I hope I wake up tomorrow morning. I don't have any bad habits, so it doesn't matter. So this happened on the 25th. My birthday. June 25th. When you have this crossover, what do you think the market's going to do? Just crash and burn? Yes, it might have if Trump and Donald didn't do the right thing this weekend. Then we could have come back and tested the 34 and the 50. Instead, we are now at a massive cup and handle, which is right here and going to go to right here, July 4th weekend. Yes, we'll have intraday volatility, but the market will, in my opinion, on a high probability basis, hit 29.90, which means another 200 points on the Dow. Now, whatever you guys want to do and want to say chicken scared about the spy calls and stuff, that's your problem, not mine. On that note, I love you all. Lots of great info. I'm an old man, okay? It's not the age. It's the energy and the passion you have to live life. It's not about the money. It's about thanking God for every day you live. And for me, it's about trading. It's about helping other people, sharing my knowledge, and pushing people to do better. On that note, have a blessed evening. See you guys tomorrow.
Thank you.